Nobody tells you that your first income stream has to fit your season, not your dream. And what I mean by that is, if you are someone like me that is imagining life beyond your 9 to 5, you are trying to figure out, how do I get to my first stream of income? What can I do that will make me money? How can I use my 15, 20 plus years of experience in a certain expertise to fly like a fairy and rain dollar signs? Then this video is very much for you. This conversation really is for us. Life beyond your first income stream needs to fit the season that you're walking into, not just the dream, because you're striving to get to the dream, but there's baby steps, there's micro steps that you have to take in order to get there. And for me, what fit my season to get to my second income stream was YouTube, because I learned I am a woman that sometimes I need the path of least resistance. I can get overwhelmed and overstimulated if you give me 35 steps, even though I do like steps. I can get a little bogged down if it feels overtly challenging, if I feel like my perfectionism is about to kick in and then that's going to overtake the thoughts that I had, and then my execution isn't going to happen because I'm focused on perfectionism and I've been trying to rewrite this mission statement 12 times. So when I realized that I could quite literally turn on my camera and start talking, even if I didn't know what I was going to say, I said, baby, sign me up, because I could feel this weight on my chest. I could feel like my passion about things that happened to me, my story, my passion to help other people, which is why I'm in grad school to become a therapist. But I wanted to find a way to express it. And when I realized that YouTube was going to be the best platform for me, not just to generate an income, but to generate true community, that was like a breath of fresh air. I had been on Instagram for since it started. What was that? Was that 2011, 2012? I was on there since the beginning of time, and it's changed so much in these 10, 15 years that it's been hard for me to just reconnect or even just feel like it's a home for me anymore. And it's sad to say, because that's how I started. Instagram back in the day was just this place where we didn't focus on aesthetics. We posted our pizza at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday. Like, we had the most random blurry pictures that we captured for ourselves because it was beauty to us, or it was a memory, or it was meaning. And then, of course, like everything else evolves over time, it became just a very different platform where everything was like quick dopamine hits, really fast reels. Now everyone is all of a sudden working for Spike Lee, and everyone's a producer, a cinematic photographer, a cinematic videographer, and I'm like, and here I am, little old me, living in at my parents' home in my childhood bedroom, quite literally with none of that. And I got popcorn ceilings. So I was like, not relating. So I wanted to feel like I can find a place where I'm just me, period. And I can turn my camera on before I head to work, sit down, and talk to y'all about why this has become my income stream of choice for my first run. And it's kind of been like just a proof of concept that, hey, what you're talking about makes sense, is valid, somebody needs to hear it. I mean, the comments that I've been getting lately, because I was a little backlogged, have really like touched my heart, because it's a reminder that if you can even touch one, the job is well done. You know, like if it encourages somebody to take some type of action, if you're like me, where you just want a different reality for yourself, you're dreaming so hard right now, you're chasing the dream so hard right now, you are quite literally going hard for you, because you realize that you are your number one, you are one of your top priorities. you desire the life that you deserve, in the words of my coach Glow. I love that she says that, because that's quite literally true. Whatever you desire, you deserve to experience that. And take that firsthand from your YouTube friend who went through many health scares and challenges, came on the other side where I am 4 years in remission from breast cancer. And now I'm relentlessly rebranding or rebuilding, reinventing, whatever the lavish word is, my life right now, because the way that I lived on autopilot then, I saw it creeping back up even after my cancer-free diagnosis. I realized that there were parts of me and my identity that I did not let shift when that shifted. And now, because I want to experience life in a very different way, I want to experience freedom and adventure, and I want to play. I just want to live the life that I deserve and the life that I desire. And the main way that I'm doing that right now from my first income stream is YouTube, because it fits the season of my life right now. It costs nothing to be on here, and everything to gain. It doesn't take away from my day. It doesn't take away from my time. It requires some thinking and some strategy and some understanding and some hashing out, right? Because I get so excited. There's like 11 things that I want to talk about here. I want to show up and I want to talk about how my first date was after I told him I had breast cancer. I want to talk about how I paid $3,000 for a dating coach. I want to talk about how I lived in 3 different cities, and Atlanta is kind of still one of my favorites. I want to talk about how I am 37. I am not an active mom. I am single, and I'm quite literally wanting to just roam the world right now. But I still want to be married and have kids. I want to talk about how Cardi is like the 12th dog we've had, and we love rescues. We've been doing it my whole life, and I'm very passionate about dogs and animals. I want to tell y'all how I opened the front door this morning, and Gypsy had her cat paw on the door already waiting for me to give her some water and fill up that food. And if you're new here to that, yeah, we support the neighborhood cats, okay? The kitties and the D, they get love too. So I just want to talk about all of those things. And I love that I could do that here. I don't have to be so niched to a level of specificity on Instagram that people are going to scroll right past me and not even connect with me, knowing that I like to go fishing just like they like to go fishing, and I love to travel and I love nature just like they do. But if I feel like I got to be boxed into talking about this one topic for you to notice me, then that doesn't actually give me the free range that I need, okay? I need free range like a chicken, baby. I need to be like, you know? You know what I'm saying? So YouTube gives me that ability to do so. And this is why I'm trying to convince more of my friends to get on here and show up imperfect. When you really think about our life, I think the number one thing that captivates me to other people, whether they live like this beautiful, aesthetically floor to ceiling window lifestyle, or they live in a cottage home or a ranch home on a farm, that doesn't matter as much as what connects me to them, which is usually the story. I'm very drawn to people that can tell good stories. And when I realized how much stories impact our life, how much we connect to them, why we watch certain movies over and over again that feel like home for us, why we pick up certain books depending on the season we're in. We may want to get lost in a really good book, or we may want to work on a specific area by relaxing our nervous system and reducing anxiety and get something that's more personal development focused. Or maybe we're trying to finally be good budgeters with this money. So we need to figure out the psychology behind money and saving. Or maybe you are someone that wants to learn how to sell and market, so you go that route. No matter what it is, there's a story and there's an understanding that usually connects us to someone, what they're saying, what they're doing, why we like this thing versus the other. So I wanted to really hone in on becoming a better storyteller, a better speaker, and a woman that just knows how to really hold like space and community. This gives me a little bit of it's almost like class in session for me, because one of my grad courses right now is what are we doing? Psychoeducation, group therapy. And I'm able to pick up a lot of understanding that I did not know and learning how to hold space amongst a group of people. Now, I've been in leadership for a very long time now, so I've held many meetings, many events, many, different things that require 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30 people to be in a space and listen to me speak. So I'm grateful for all of those long retail nights that led me here. And in the same token, I love that YouTube is a space where you really don't have to show up perfectly. You don't have to be a cinematic editor. Every video doesn't have to be a diary or a movie unless you want it to be. You can sit here and literally turn this thing on and start talking, and you never know what message, what pain point, what level of frustration is going to reach somebody on the other end that finds your video. And a video is not a flop, even if it only has 100 views, even if it only has 20, even if it only has 10. Because guess what? You did not wake up and go to work today and host a meeting with 100 people. So 100 people showed up anyways. That to me, that's so rewarding. And also why I've never been like a numbers chaser. I don't care about numbers as much as I care about like the quality and the value of who I'm connecting with and how my words are landing. I want to build a beautiful membership community of people that really want to be there because they hear me, they get me, they feel me, because they know that I understand what they're going through. I understand how they feel. I understand the frustrations of working so hard and putting in so much time and hours into a job, and now you're trying to figure out how to do that for yourself. I understand the feeling of wanting to change the trajectory of your family's life. I understand what additional income can do for people because I've seen it happen with my dad. And when my dad changed the trajectory of our family and then unfortunately lost his business what felt like overnight, that did something to me. It did something to me in many different ways. From financial, I started releasing my attachment to material goods. I went into survival mode because now I had to not only continue to care for myself while I was finishing college, but I reduced my expenses to move in with my grandma to be able to send money back home to my parents. These are things that were happening to me when I was like 22 and 23 after my dad lost his business. And that did a lot for me. And my attachment is not to material things anymore. It's not to trying to overtly climb a ladder and overtly achieve in corporate. It's not to any of that. My attachment is to me, to a life that feels enjoyable. It's relaxing. I just have freedom. I have time. I don't have to, start my day until 10 a.m. if I don't want to. Like, my attachment is to just doing my work, being paid to actually sit down and help people process their problems, help people process their life and get to the side of joy. Or even if it's just simply sitting down and helping you realize something about yourself you quite literally never knew. My attachment is to the woman that got the breast cancer diagnosis and now she has no idea what to do because I've been there. My attachment is to the person that maybe has someone, a close loved one, a parent that struggled with substance abuse and they don't know how to navigate the conversations because I've been there. My attachment is to the person that has been broken and broken and broken because to me, being broken is a part of the human experience. And if you've never experienced brokenness, I may not be the person for you. My attachment is to the person that wants to feel more human, more normal in their everyday life. Maybe they're not trying to be a billionaire, but they want money for their family. Maybe they're not trying to be a billionaire, but they want optionality. They're not trying to be a billionaire, but maybe they just simply want more PTO time. They want more time off to hang out with the kids. They want to take their puppy to the park and not worry about who's emailing them. Maybe they want to up and book the trip and just travel around and go hang out. They actually want to fly to the city for their friend's birthday. They actually want to be there and be present and be focused. Or maybe you just want to sit outside for 3 hours and stare at willow trees like me. That's who my attachment is for. So this is why it's so valuable that your first income stream fit your season. not the dream itself. You have to be honest about where you're at, what you have time for, what you have space to do, what's your real true capacity. We all have 15 minutes. We all have 20 minutes in one day. Just figure out what's the time of day for you that you can keep this consistent cadence to be able to come and show up in the way that you want to work towards the income stream that you desire. That's step one. So if anything, I want you to take away from this video, sit down and decide, what is my vibe time? What time am I going to record? What time am I going to write? What time am I going to edit? What time am I going to create? Is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Is it even during afternoons? Is it during your work break? Are you going to dedicate your hour or your 30 minutes of your break to go sit in the car and do the thing that you want to do? But figure out your vibe time. And then from there, I want you to be intentional about committing to the next 30, 60, or 90 days of doing that thing. And if you're someone that needs to start a little smaller, commit to 15 days. Stick to 15 days consistently of doing that thing every single day and having it blocked out on your calendar. That way you know that time is yours. It's not for anybody else. You have to protect that time. Don't let anyone take it. Try not to get distracted. If life does so happen to happen, get back on the horse and figure out the readjusted time before the day ends. So that's my homework for you. So drop in the comments, what's your first income stream idea? Even if it's just you planting a little seed right now. I want to hear it. And the next video in the series is going to take you even deeper into what that actually looks like in real life. All right, y'all. See you there.